how do you feel that there are many genuine, legitimate grievances amongst Muslim women? That as a result of this legitimate lived experience, trauma, grievance, that certain ideas become very appealing to them. And that therefore, because of these genuine real life experiences and grievances and trauma, this is why they gravitate towards feminism. And this is why they gravitate towards problematic ideologies.
Yeah, so I mean, this is something that people raise, but it doesn't really make sense. Like, I understand that there are cases of abuse, cases of trauma, cases of oppression from Muslim men against Muslim women. There's no doubt about the fact that that does occur. But we have to ask the question of how is this going to be served? How is this serving a larger narrative that is contrary to Islam? If these kinds of, because if we accept the premise that it is because of Islam that Muslim men oppress their women, So
basically, let me just quickly, because of time. Basically, when you take that argument that there is an intrinsic problem of misogyny and patriarchy amongst Muslim men, and therefore this is what leads to this kind of oppression, how is that going to be the solution to addressing your trauma and your issues, right?
Yeah, I mean, of course, feminism is, the analogy that I use is like, okay, there is a problem of abuse, but the solution is worse than the problem. The medicine is more poisonous than the disease. Does that make sense? So Islam is providing this. Yeah, so Islam is what's providing the solution to these kinds of issues of abuse. I mean, if granted that we legitimately identify, is this actually abuse? Is this actually a violation of a person's rights? Because many of the things that the Muslim feminists are raising as abusive or oppressive are not actually abusive, because we define what is abuse or what is a violation of rights according to Islam, not according to the feminist values, right?
Of course, okay, but let's talk about the issues where there is clear injustice, right? According to an Islamic definition, whether that be a husband who's on substance abuse, beats up his wife, and genuine case of dhulm. I'm not talking about those kind of externally defined rights and wrongs for us. We're talking about genuine cases of where these things, in the same way that you just said that you understand that whilst is the medicine worse than the solution. What was that you said? The solution is worse than the which one did you say? You gave a nice little analogy there. You said
the medicine is worse than the disease.
Okay, so in that same breath, do you not at least appreciate or understand how a Muslim woman who has genuinely gone through what Islam defines as oppression and dhulm and wrongdoing can gravitate towards that, towards feminism, towards problematic ideologies, and that as a solution to address her issues?
It doesn't make sense, because many of the Muslim women that are turning to feminism, it's not on the basis of legitimate grievances. Okay, you have women who are turning to feminism, Muslim women, because they say that, well, the Quran says huwa instead of hiya for referring to Allah. The masculine pronoun is used in the Quran to refer to Allah instead of the feminine. This is contrary to gender equality, so I can't accept the Quran because this is a patriarchal book. Then they turn to feminism, and some of them leave Islam. Let me finish.
Okay, go on,
let me finish. So that's one example. Okay. There are some examples of women that say that Muslim women, I don't agree with the fact that an imam cannot be a woman. It can only be a man. This is contrary to women's equality and women's rights. I'm going to leave Islam. You have Muslim women who say that I don't agree that when I'm on my period, I can't fast and I can't pray. This is contrary to gender equality. I'm going to leave Islam. You have women who say that, well, isn't it shocking that in the Quran there's an ayah that says "Ar-rijalu qawwamuna 'ala an-nisa," putting men as authorities over women? Yeah. I disagree with this. This is contrary to gender equality. Okay, all of these women turning to feminism because of abuse? No, they're turning to feminism because they've been indoctrinated by ideology. That's the real reason that they are having these problems with Islam. They've taken on this feminist ideology.
Dan, are we then saying that those individuals are lost causes and that there shouldn't be an effort to win them back and bring them back to the normative folds?
No, we should work hard to bring them back, but we do that by addressing the root source of the problem. The root source of the problem is the feminism. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. If you want to study and understand this issue in greater depth and increase your faith in Islam with unapologetic answers to these kinds of doubts, then consider enrolling at Alesta Institute.